things. So if a kid, a rando on Twitter wanted to say this kind of stuff and defend the game, that's one thing. But when I see grown-ass men with beards thicker than mine in their 30s and 40s defending Pokemon Legends ZA, I draw the line. I draw the line. Now, I will not be mentioning people by names to protect the innocents, because this isn't a slight against them. It is more so a rebuttal to what they say, a more logical viewpoint that is not clouded with Pokemon love and nostalgia. Because Pokemon Legends ZA looks like ass. It is unacceptable how this game looks in the year of our Lord 2025. People say it looks like a Nintendo 64 game, and they're not too far off. If the Nintendo 64 had the ability to output in 720p and 1080p, this is how the game would look. And that came out 30 years ago nearly. But we're comparing a modern game from a $100 billion company to games of yesteryear. This isn't some small indie project. This is some small company just trying to get their foot in the door. This is the biggest company in the world. And it's been 8 years since the Nintendo Switch launched. And they still can't figure out how to make graphics. So I want to address some of the rebuttals that I have seen from people online, people in my social circles, maybe a little bit outside of my social circles, to give you a different viewpoint. To give you a different perception of what people are seeing from this game. One thing that I saw pop up immediately: subject to change. It's an early build of the game. It's gonna look and run better. Is it? Because I seem to recall the last Pokemon game that we got was a little game called Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet, which looked and ran like crap and was very, very glitchy. And then what happened? There was this whole hubbub from Pokemon Company and Nintendo. Hey, we hear your complaints, and we're going to be working on addressing these issues and fixing them. So then everyone said, well, RGT, why are you complaining about that game? That game, they're going to fix it. They said they were going to fix it. Did they ever fix it? No, they never fixed it. They never fixed the game. If anything, they made it worse with subsequent DLC, which ran worse than the base game did, which did not run great to begin with. So why in the name of all that is holy, am I going to believe that this is still an early work in progress for the game, when it literally looks like a step back from the last Legends game? Because instead of using that art style, you went and used the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet art style, which is one of the most basic looking and boring art styles that I've ever seen in what is to be perceived as a AAA game. But you eat it up. Eat it up. It could change. It's not going to be realistic with yourself. Is the game going to have frame rate drops? Of course it is. Is it going to lag in certain areas? Of course it is. But this is what we've come to expect from a $100 billion company, literally the biggest company when it comes to entertainment, the biggest IP when it comes to entertainment. I've also seen the mention that the Pokemon Company doesn't focus on graphics. So that's why the game looks like shit. Because they don't focus on graphics. Follow me on this. There's another company that doesn't focus on graphics. Okay, there's another company that we all know. We talk about them sometimes on this channel, but they do not focus on graphics. They don't get into a pissing contest with PlayStation and Xbox and big, third-party games. That company is called Nintendo. They're not super focused on graphics. And yet, They somehow managed to make games like Super Mario Odyssey. They somehow managed to make games like Bowser's Fury. They somehow managed to make games like Luigi's Mansion 3. They somehow managed to make games like Metroid Prime Remastered. All of those games are shining examples of what the Nintendo Switch can do as a video game system. In its 8 years, or entering its eighth year on the marketplace, these are some of the best graphics from first-party games. I'm not even talking about third-party games. I'm just talking about from a first-party perspective. We've also seen games like Alien Isolation that had instances where it looked better than the current-gen versions of that game were concerned. We've seen Miracle ports come to the Switch. But the Pokemon Company doesn't focus on graphics, so who cares? Do you listen to yourselves when you say that? Nobody is expecting, even though they should probably expect, nobody is expecting this game to be one of the biggest graphical showpieces for the system. You know what they expect? They expect it to look like it belongs in the past 15 years. And I'm sorry, I could literally sit here and name you multiple Sega Dreamcast games, a system that released in 1999 that looked and performed better than Pokemon Legends ZA looks and performs thus far. And I don't think that's going to change much in terms of the visual style of the game. What you saw is what you're going to get. They're probably going to tinker with things, like try to make the frame rate a little bit more stable. But I can literally talk about games from 1999 and 2000 that look and perform better than this game does, that is done by a $100 billion+ company. And you just accept it. You accept it. And it's very funny. It's very funny to me because it's always the Nintendo fanboy sort of related people that accept it, that Pokemon doesn't focus on graphics. But I'll be a son of a bitch if Sony or Xbox released a game that looked and performed like a Pokemon game does on their platforms, even on the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One, those Nintendo fanboys would be all crapping all over it. But since it's Pokemon, they get a pass, even though they've had the exact same amount of time to figure out how to develop for the Nintendo Switch that every other company has, if not an elongated time frame, because I'm sure Nintendo sent them some development kits early. I'm waiting for the Nintendo Switch 2 version. What the hell is wrong with you? What the hell is... What do you think the Switch 2 is going to do to this game? It's not a matter of the system. The Switch 1 is not strong enough. I just mentioned a ton of games that look way better than this could ever dream of looking. It has nothing to do with the power of the system. It has to do with the horrible design choices and the, I guess, it's either laziness or lack of ability to design a game that looks and functions like it belongs in the modern era. I'm sorry. The Switch 2 is not the savior for this game. This game is fundamentally flawed at the conception and the developmental level. If there are other games that look superior and run superior with no problems, it obviously is not an issue with the hardware. You can say whatever you want. Open areas. Skyrim runs fine on the Switch. But no. The Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom. But no, Pokemon. Oh, Pokemon. And then the final thing I say is arguably the most disgusting of them all. You should feel bad about saying this. You should be disgusted because all you are is just a freaking... It'll sell well, so who cares? Do you understand what the message you are putting out there is with something like that? That if something sells well, who cares? That is how you ended up with this in the first place. Because people go out in droves and buy these games because of nostalgia. Because they're addicted to them. Instead of actually basing the game on merits alone. instead of actually looking at the game and being like, is this worth my money? Is this actually having effort put into it? No. People just buy it. And I'm not expecting sales to fall off a cliff with this game. And of course, it's also not a mainline game. But there are ways, there are options that Game Freak can do. Because obviously, when it comes to a 3D Pokemon game, they still don't know what they're doing. Even though they've had literally a whole generation to figure it out, they don't know what they're doing. You could do a 2D HD art style with stuff like Octopath Traveler, the Dragon Quest 3 HD remake that just came out. You could do an art style like that would look and run better than the piss poor polygon flip, asset flip. You couldn't even texture the balcony. It's just a picture of a balcony. How is this acceptable? All I want is for people to hold this accountable. All I want from the Nintendo fans and the people that I'm talking to, I want you to hold Pokemon accountable, just like, let's say you were a Sony fanboy and Pokemon, came out on the Switch. Would you look at that game and be like, hey, that looks pretty good? I mean, it's the best they can do. It's subject to change. It might run better on the Switch, too. Pokemon Company, they don't focus on graphics. No, you wouldn't. You would be dogging it to hell and back, just like you do with every little, this blade of grass doesn't move in this, $70 game. Waka, waka, waka. It's disgusting. This game looks disgusting. And the people that are defending this game, you're disgusting. That doesn't mean I don't like you. That just means you're disgusting. And that's all I got to say. I'm sure I've made a lot of friends with this video. If you're going to get mad at me because my opinion of Pokemon differs than yours, we were never friends in the first place, and I probably didn't like you, so, it is what it is. But just, if you go to a restaurant and they shit in your hand, are you going to eat it because, you like the restaurant? I think some of you would. I think some of you would at this point in time. Give me your thoughts in the comments section down below. Sure, it'll be a very civil and fun comment section. But this is utter garbage. Literal trash. And it's time to put your foot down and be like, hey, this looks like shit. Do something about it and fix it. And as always, guys, I'll catch you guys on the next video. Later. We had a bit of a surprise announcement this week, as Nintendo has now made it official that a game will be leaving the service. You could say deleted from the service, removed, and it does make you wonder just based on a few things around that title, but it has sparked a lot of conversation online on if this is something that could become more common going forward, especially as the system continues to get a bit older and maybe some of those contracts or terms that were written up years ago start to expire or come back up for renewal and stuff. And this is the first time we've seen Nintendo officially do this, so it has people wondering, we'll say, about the future of NSO, and some even calling for the Virtua Console to return. Again, a lot to go over, but we'll take a look at that here today. So if you guys enjoy this video, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you're new. So the game that Nintendo is delisting is Super Soccer. They made that announcement. This was over on their account. They say the title Super Formation Soccer Spike Chunsoft, included in Super Famicom Nintendo Switch Online, will cease distribution on Friday, March 28, 2025 at 10 a.m. After the distribution ends, even those who have already downloaded Super Famicom Nintendo Switch Online will no longer be able to use it. So, I'll say something very obvious here. I don't think the conversation around what's happening has much to do with the title itself. Like, Super Soccer. It's like, yeah, I don't think that's moving a lot of subscription services necessarily. Not that there aren't people who maybe were scrolling through the list of games like, oh, cool, Super Soccer, or just soccer in general. I'll fire it up and see what it's about exactly. Or maybe there are some out there who have nostalgia for that game. My point is, it's not a big headline. It's not Mario or something that's like, wow, I want to subscribe because I want to play this Super Nintendo game or N64 game I remember from back in the day that Nintendo created, right? No, in this case, Super Soccer, it's more about the stuff around it. It came out in Japan in 1991, and then just worldwide in 1992 on the Super Nintendo. And it was published by Human Entertainment. They're no longer around, and it seems that the rights for publishing Super Soccer, so that general, went to Spike Chunsoft, who is now owned by Kadokawa. And what we think is happening here, because Nintendo haven't told us, and the belief is that there was something going on there with Kadokawa, Spike Chunsoft in Japan specifically, because that's where the announcement was made, and it didn't seem like it was going to affect maybe NSO services outside of Japan, because we do have like different variations of games that'll be announced. No, it actually looks like, as more information has come out, that it's leaving the service everywhere. So it's not just a Japan thing for this one. And I originally thought, okay, maybe it is just that. It's because outside of Japan, back in 1992, Nintendo published the game. So I thought, oh, well, it's regional. Okay, it's not something that's going to be completely across the board for the service. No, it seems to be. So yes, we will have Super Soccer leave NSO at the end of March at this time. Things can change, of course, in the background. I don't know if Super Soccer is like up on their priority list of, we gotta keep this in the service. How is it going to work without? No, I think in this instance, if, say, Spike Chunsoft, as they're labeling here, is thinking, you know, that would work well in a collection at some point down the road, but we gotta get it off NSO. You know what? Fine. Or maybe more money was required to keep it there. That's the other part about this, right? So games that exist in the service that aren't Nintendo, some kind of deal had to be reached to make that possible, of course, with money. And generally there's like a term for like how long.
Oh my god!
Service. So think about your Game Pass or your PlayStation Plus. Games cycle in and out of there all the time. Right? It's common. Usually you get a list of games going in for the month, and then at the bottom, say for Game Pass, here's a list of games that are leaving. It's a constant cycle. It's a constant back and forth with Microsoft trying to get different games in there from third parties to fill out the selection of titles. The thing that's been so interesting about NSO is that games just don't leave it. Even third-party titles, there are many of them, have stayed there since they were originally released in the service. Now, it was like every month for a while, now it's kind of scattershot, but really, there are many games that are like 1 year old, 2 years old, 5 years old. Like, it is kind of hard to keep track of how long they've been here, and it does make you wonder if some of these have a 10-year term, and maybe we'd come up to that in a couple of years. Super Soccer, that could have had like a 5-year term or something like that. Okay, now we're getting up to the end of it, and they don't necessarily want to renew it, or too much money is being asked, right? That part is more speculation and just trying to put the pieces together, looking from the outside in. But the thing with NSO, and it's been pointed out a lot, is the subscription service here is probably the least flexible out of all of them, in the sense that games do stay there, but you never have the option of buying them. So PlayStation Plus Premium, of course, they've been doing this push over the last couple of years, adding in older retro titles. Like PS2 games have recently started going in, and when they show up, yes, it's in your PlayStation Plus Premium account, you can just download it, but you do have the option of buying it. Game Pass has been doing this like obviously for a long time now, and in fact they'll even add a discount to sort of try to push in that direction of buying the title. And when they do let you know a game's leaving, hey, you know, you can still take advantage of the discount stuff if you want to add it to your library. That doesn't exist for NSO. So technically, when I guess the term runs up and maybe they decide not to renew or something, the game's just gone. So even if you had the game downloaded, yes, they can indeed pull it from your system. Something else people had epiphanies of is like, wow, really, they can do that. Yes, they can do that. We've seen that before with other examples from different companies where a demo got out there early. They pulled it back. PC got out there, pulled it back. Like, so many different ways that this has been proven, but people still continue to be surprised by the level of control that these platform owners have in a digital environment, even with games that you believe you fully own, sure. So that is, I think, a major weak point here that's being shown more than ever with this, is that we can't buy the games. And that is something that I think people who really call for the virtual console have a great point with. Now, it was not a great...
All right.
Great setup with the Wii and the Wii U, and that's because Nintendo's account system then was like archaic. I mean, it still works now, clearly, but I mean, at that time, it was linked to your console. It wasn't linked to an email address or account you set up, so it wouldn't follow you from system to system, even generation to generation, as we're seeing Microsoft and Sony pull that off now with issues sometimes, but not like a ton or anything. It's pretty straightforward to log into a system, and then all your download catalog is there. Nintendo has been able to do this now with the Switch, but before they couldn't. So the Virtual Console was great in a vacuum in the sense that you kept your Wii for good and it always worked. You had your games. You lost it or it just broke. That's kind of it. Now, though, they have the ability to do it, but they're not selling these games, which seems to be, I think, part of this whole picture for them with the current service. Not necessarily to push you into subscribing, but maybe some of the back-end dealings are a bit looser and more in favor of Nintendo by going that route, because if you technically can't buy it, it still makes sense for some of these companies to sell these games in a collection, because that's the way you'd really be able to own, quote-unquote, the game. I mean, if it's on a physical disc or something, there you go. But I feel like there's a wrinkle there to that, some of the dealings around it. I mean, if you look at GoldenEye, which is an example of a game that right now I'm like, oh, okay, Super Soccer's gone. It's possible for a game to leave. I look at how dicey the rights are around that game, and that's one that I would be shocked if it also left. Like probably a couple years or something. I think I would assume still want it. But if you look at Game Pass, you can't buy that one. That's one of the few games you look at there you can't actually purchase it for your library. Even with Rare Replay, if you have a physical disc of like Rare Replay, you can't get GoldenEye. It has to be specifically digital only Rare Replay to then be able to download GoldenEye, and it's still linked to the game and the account and everything, to where if they pulled it back, it would just go away. So when I look at things like GoldenEye, I look at that entire Genesis app that Nintendo has for NSO. I look at the Rare games, Konami, Bandai Namco, Capcom, THQ Nordic, and more. It does make me wonder if, okay, we see Super Soccer go away. Are we going to start getting to a point, as the system is just about 8 years old now, I think that's this week on Monday, are we going to start hearing about more games that start dropping out of the service? Will this become a more common thing? I will at least give them credit. They've done a pretty good job up until this point for this to not be a situation, and we're just talking about it for the first time 7 years after the service initially launched with what, like Nintendo? So in that regard, yes, but it does make me look at this and go, we should have a virtual console option to buy the games. I think that makes sense. I don't really know anyone who would push up against that when it's just more options for purchasing, and yes, digital ownership, at least some sort of ownership to mitigate issues when it comes to something like this, where games could just disappear out of the service. But certainly something to keep an eye on here as the systems get older and older, and maybe these deals to work towards their expiration. If this is something that we can expect in the future to happen more and more. But let me know what you guys think about this one down below. Do you think going into the Switch 2, maybe Nintendo should consider the idea of having a separate virtual console, still linked to the subscription service to make it so you can buy easily, maybe in those different applications, but a way for you to be able to also buy the games if you want to. Thanks guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. So what we're seeing right now is certainly not normal for Microsoft, and that could mean a few things. We can just say Microsoft in gaming, you can go, yeah, there's a lot of stuff that's technically not normal with them, especially with their dedicated hardware and their console, where you have a console, but you're not necessarily supporting it with exclusive games. That's really a practice that's worked and stood the test of time. Nintendo does incredibly well with that idea, and it's something that's translating well for them to the Switch, and I'm sure to the next generation. Sony continues to roll along with the PS5, and while they're doing late ports to PC, they seem to still be sticking to the idea of software sells hardware. Microsoft, though, is going a different direction. They are basically going full multi-platform, it feels like now, and turning into more of just an overall publisher that happens to also have a console. Well, something else that's not normal technically here is the amount of software that Microsoft is looking to deliver in 2025. I've sort of discussed the idea that Microsoft could move to try to be the biggest publisher in gaming. Well, just based on the way things are shaping up for them in this year and then maybe in the following 2026 to 2027, seems like they're getting closer and closer to that goal very, very quickly. I'm going to go over that here today. So guys, enjoy this video. Make sure you hit that like button. Subscribe if you're new. Now, as I mentioned, Microsoft, they do a lot of weird stuff, especially recently. Go back a year ago, Phil Spencer saying 4 games would be making the jump to different platforms, and now we're seeing just about everything. And in fact, they're to the point where they'll just randomly, in a week, announce Forza Horizon 5 is going to PlayStation 5, and that is a highly successful, well-rated game that was just on Xbox, and I think it's going to do very well on PS5, but then you also see games that just are starting to have the PlayStation logo during these Xbox Developer Directs, which we just recently saw that whole thing transpire. But with Microsoft and them really focusing in more and more on software, they seem to be getting to a point that they've been discussing, attempting to get to for years now, and that's having that one big game per quarter. Now they're almost moving to 1 game, and I'm not kidding, it's this close, per month. Let's just take a look here. This is a roadmap that's been updated consistently by Cloverall over on Twitter X, and they recently updated again at that Developer Direct. And we can see with the green bar here, starting in 2025, we have Avowed, which just came out, and I've been playing some Avowed. I've played like 5 hours of it so far at the time of this recording. It's a fun game. I think it's fine. It's not groundbreaking. It's not like overpowering, over the top. Like, how are they doing this kind of stuff? But it's just a fun game. It's a good first person. All right.
Bot match.
Everybody else, they were bashing me. People was happy to see me like that. They was happy. Me and how I was getting down. And that shit was depressing sometimes. Of how, you know, that shit was affecting my life. You know, I got daughters. So I ain't want that shit from me, bro. And I know I ain't do nothing, you know, but they was bashing me. It's the same black people were bashing me more than everybody else. They were bashing me. People was happy to see me like that. They was happy. You know, and to me, no offense, but people seem like they happy, you know, that Diddy is locked up. Who does that? Why are you happy to see another man, you know, on a joke? They're like, why are you happy about that? Nothing about that nice. We lose Diddy, we lose Jay-Z. You know, we lose these type of people. We have nothing to look up to. And that's what they want. They want us to have nobody to be influenced from. You know, they want us to have nobody. Because every time somebody becomes somebody, they take them. Or they target them. did. They folded. They did. So who we gonna have eventually? We'll just take everybody, please. No, no. And I'm not saying, Diddy is an angel. I'm just saying, damn. Why? How come every time, something good is for black people and people come up and influence us and make us want to dream? How come every time something always happens to them? They thought Kanye was crazy. Kanye ain't crazy. He's not crazy. But look how easy it was to bash him. It was all gravy to bash him. It's just, we need to learn how to love each other more, bro. We need to learn how to support each other more. We need to learn how to, try with each other instead of always kicking each other down. It's always, to me, it's the blacks that's doing, the worst to the blacks. And I just feel like at the end of the day, this shit gotta stop. When we gonna love each other? When this shit gonna get right? And it starts with yourself. You gotta love thyself to be able to love someone else. And a lot of us are mentally stuck, so we don't love ourselves. And that's just my opinion. We need to learn how to love ourselves. And Diddy need to learn how to love himself as well. And I believe when you get out of that situation, we're gonna do the right thing. He ain't gonna give us our money back. We're gonna do the right thing. And that's all it's about. The universe has a way to unravel the way it should. Everybody get their time, good and bad. To be up and be down. It's just how it goes. All you can do is be the best person you can be per day. You gotta be the best you can be per day. That's it. That's all we can do. Just try to be the best we can be per day. And I appreciate you, brother, for letting me come back on here and letting the people hear the boys roll how you roll, you heard me? That was gangster. Later.
Alright, chopping ready for you interview, my man.
Thank you, King. I appreciate you, brother. I'm happy I was able to go with you. It's just being myself, being 100, telling my truth. That's all I can do is keep it real with myself, and how they take it is how they take it. Either way, love is love. Even if it's fake love, love is love. Because it could be no love at all. You know what I mean?
Yes, so before we end the interview, man, let people know what you got going on.
All right, so my producer Diesel, he just dropped a project, and I'm on one of his singles called Lights Out, which is excellent. So he got a project that just dropped, the Box Bangers. So y'all look out for that. I got Buku projects already out right now on iTunes. Y'all go ahead and type in Choppy Young City and go ahead and catch up with me because I'm rolling right now. I'm always working. I'm always doing my thing. Music is my life. I'm okay with being who I am as a rapper. You heard me? I don't want to be nobody that I'm not. I'm not trying to solidify that I'm this killer gangster. None of that. I'm just a young dude that came from nothing. I'm a foster child. I've been homeless as a kid. I grew up rough. And yet and still, I didn't let it define me. You heard me? I knew at the end of the day that it will be better days, and I'm just a product of, anybody can make it out and don't let they trauma define them. And I hope that when I do my interviews and y'all listen to me, I hope that you understand that I come from nothing and I'm no different than y'all. We all in the same race, and the race ain't over until we're dead. We are alive, and at the end of the day, as long as we're alive, we have another chance to be great and fix things that we regret. And that's my only thing. My only regret in my life is growing up too fast, jumping off the coast too fast. I wish that sometimes I wish I should have stayed in school. I never went to a prom. I was gonna make a band. But yeah, man, that's why I want to raise my daughters to stay kids as long as they could, because at the end of the day, this world is so brutal and cold. But yet it's beautiful, so the right environment, a good heart, and keep your family and God first. And you can make it out of anything and you can become whatever you want to become. And at the end of the day, I appreciate you. I appreciate the dialogue. Rocking with Choppy Young City. I'm out the building. Until next time. Salute.
7 hours or 10 hours. definitely not. The way I look at this game, the more I played it, because when I first played it, I was really interested. I loved the first 7 to 10 hours, like right where you're at. I was like,
I'm still right. Okay. Yeah.
I was in love with this game. I was like, oh man, the world. I'm learning so much about the lore. Like this, what an interesting lore the Pillars of Eternity franchise. So after like 7 hours or 10 hours into the first world, I hopped off and I went on Wikipedia's and I watched Mortismo Gaming, a really good creator. Shout out to him. I think it was his video, but he did a lore explainer of Pillars of what you need to know for about through Pillars of Eternity. He caught me up at everything, including what happened at the endings of Pillars of Eternity 1 and 2. And then once I learned all that stuff and I went back to the game, I was like, oh, the game is just kind of explaining what I just heard on YouTube, actually. So they didn't really figure out like really great ways to tell the lore and story through the world, as opposed to here is your third party member and then they're going to talk about all this stuff. You know? That's pretty much what I found.
Kingdom Hearts Deliverance 2 was less than 50. It was like the 40s. Also, though, they save quite a bit of money on labor in terms of salary.
Much cheaper studio to run, but yeah, to be fair, KCD2, which I played for like 10 minutes of, and immediately in 10 minutes I was way more immersed in KCD2 than I was in Avowed, because Avowed is definitely like a cookie cutter staple to the ground, like, you know, Avatar game. When I played Avowed, after like 20, 30 hours, or by the time I got to the end, I was like, Avowed is a visual novel with really good Dead Island style combat. Some of the best magic testing in RPG period, I think.
Magic's very good.
Yeah, go be a mage in this game. You're gonna have a ton of fun. A lot of great aerial effects. And spells, a lot of really cool looking spells. The cooldowns are fast, and you can really go towards that. But it's a visual novel, basically, where you can wander around in this 3D environment and just fight a lot of people and find some cool purple-colored loot. Really legendary.
Let me ask you this, Gene, actually everyone here. This was mentioned, shout out to, again, Toxmod mentioned this, that Kingdom Hearts Deliverance 2 is less than 50 million. That is the only game that they've made since Kingdom Hearts Deliverance 1. So they work on that franchise, which works well for them. So the Kingdom Hearts Deliverance 2, very good game. Probably going to have, we'll see the rest of the year goes, game of the year or considerations, I'm sure, for many outlets and everything. And it's sold well, 2 million copies. If Avowed could have been, say, on the level of Kingdom Hearts Deliverance 2, but Obsidian didn't make anything else in the last 6 years, would people prefer that, or would they prefer Avowed how it is now, but then having the titles that they released, and then also Outer Worlds 2 later this year?
Well, personally, I didn't like Outer Worlds. When they said, oh, Avowed is going to be like Outer Worlds, I did not have high expectations for Avowed. So when I played Avowed, I was like, oh, this is a lot better. And then as I got through it, I was like, oh, this is kind of like Outer Worlds. It really is. I didn't like Outer Worlds. To be fair, I didn't finish Outer Worlds at all. But I just didn't find the writing or the characters that interesting and the world that interesting, you know? But that's a great question. I think you need to remember that Obsidian is kind of like the quote-unquote Insomniac of Xbox, and that they've been the most productive and prolific studio since their 2018 acquisition. So this is even before Bethesda and all of them, right? But then they made Outer Worlds, which I think was before the acquisition, but they made Pentiment. They make, Grounded is a really good solid foundation for them in the live service space. Other multiplayer space, and
20 million players on that.
Yeah, exactly. So that's more than anyone playing multiplayer games for Sony first party, except for Helldivers, obviously. You know, which is Helldivers' second party, let's be real. Yeah, you know.
Yeah, that's kind of the way I look at it, because we've talked about this a lot with, one of the reasons the Valve discourse is so interesting is, I feel like I see a lot of people say that they would prefer budgets to get under control, scope to get under control, even amount of time it takes to release games to get figured out. And I kind of view Avowed as kind of proving that a little bit, because when it comes out, and in my mind I go, okay, this does look like that game that probably took them a little more than 4 years to develop after their reboots and stuff. But they didn't have 300, 400 people working on it, and they didn't say, let's take $400 million to do this in 7 years. A lot of the timeline and stuff has been about how the game is missing a lot of stuff that they probably could have done if they went unlimited budget, do all the stuff go crazy.
For sure, yeah. It probably would be buggy as hell because it's Obsidian, and Bethesda games are obviously not immune to that as well. But obviously, I think Obsidian would have had time if they had more time and money. But then we wouldn't have gotten Pentiment, which I haven't played, but I always hear good things, and I own it. I've been meaning to play that. But so Obsidian is a good studio, and obviously they're not at the quality level that Insomniac has put out. But at least again, in terms of prolificness and the quantity of product they're putting out, they're the most consistent studio filling up Xbox's light up besides Bethesda, and Bethesda's a publisher,
Yeah, I think you were on something about the pricing though. I think if it was like we even technically have room now for $60 games to where it's not $70. It's $10 cheaper than the full price, right? They could have done something with the pricing that might have helped, but they were. I mean, it's in Game Pass. That might be the way they're viewing it. It's something to think about as we go along here, because I do think people say that they want all those things, lower scope, faster release cadences and stuff, but then when they're presented with it, they immediately go against that thought. So I would. Yeah.
People are always trying to find excuses to complain because, here's the thing. I'm posting Starfield videos today on Twitter because I'm triggered by those videos of. Of people running around Skyrim hitting cups and everything. They're like, look at this. Like Asmund Gold was watching, sorry for bringing it up, but Asmund Gold was watching Skyrim videos and Oblivion videos, and he was under the realization that he'd never played these games before, and he was marveling at the fact that Skyrim and Oblivion had reactive physics way back in 2000. Oh yeah, 9 or 2012 or 2011. And he was like, have I been a dick eater this whole time? Because all I've been doing is playing WoW, and he's never played any other fucking game.
Yeah, but he talks about all them all day.
He does, yeah, because he talks about a lot of things that he doesn't really know. That's the issue. That's a lot. And it's not just a him problem. That's a lot of streamers. A lot of streamers are always talking about shit that they don't really know. But you're just online every day, so that you can talk about shit.
Those are the games where you pick up a bowl for no reason. It is just, you pick up a bowl just to do it. It did nothing in the game for you.
I was always encumbered. I'm too heavy. I haven't got too much crap.
Yeah. That's the thing. I don't mind the idea of the infinite item bag. I don't mind. The encumbering thing is always annoying to me too.
I'd always save a bowl of ramen or whatever they have there. I gotta have a cheese wedge. I gotta have all that stuff. I gotta sell it later. I won't get much money for it.
But everyone's complaining about Cyberpunk and oh my god, there's no police system and you can't knock over anything, you can't do things and everything like that. It's like Starfield had all this shit from day one,
It did. It still got
and everyone fucking hated Starfield anyways, So I think there's just a lot of. Sorry, Josie, I cut you off. What were you saying?
No. Actually, I don't even remember what I was saying.
Sorry, Josie, but yeah.
Oh my bad. Go ahead.
I don't know what I was gonna say. I don't know.
But yeah, it's just like I don't know what people want from games anymore these days. Like people are just finding ways to hate on games. And to be fair, and I just said a bunch of shit about Avowed that I don't like either. So that's how we normally discuss games.
What's that? I just want a complete experience. I want a game that's fun at the end of the day, where I'm happier more than I am angry at it. You know. And I don't think that that's like happening so frequently where I'm like, oh, every game today is crap or anything like that. But I am noticing that I am less willing to play a lot more of these bigger game titles because I do feel a regression. I do feel that there's something that lacks there. And then the waits for what does come out after waiting years and years and years, and it just becomes something that you play and forget about, and it doesn't become this memorable experience that in 10 years I go, wow, I can't wait to play Avowed again. I need to go relive these nostalgic memories for me. And I feel like that's just been something that's not there. I haven't had many games recently that have made me go, this is an experience I'm really enjoying. It's usually something I'm playing, and it's forgotten about in a month because we've moved on to another.
I like what you said, Jordan, about things like regressing, because like when I was playing Avowed, I was like, why is video game writing getting so much worse these days, honestly, you know? I use some play space, like the writing just feels like worse and worse and worse,
I haven't gotten the feeling from like a lot of the bigger games in terms of like, if we're just talking like Western games, like there still to me hasn't been anything that's replaced Mass Effect. When I replayed the Mass Effect trilogy, the Legendary Edition, I was like, this is still like my favorites, and I still haven't had a feeling as good as for a Western title for me as Mass Effect. So yeah, I definitely feel like what some of what Jordan's saying with some of the games and everything, but we got some games coming out this year. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
I mean, like there's Dragon Age Veilguard, and I like Dragon Age Veilguard, but the writing is definitely worse than it used to be. Like absolutely 1,000%. It's not good. Starfield, I like Starfield a lot. I like it as a game with systems, but the story sucked. The writing was pretty bad there too.
You cannot get anything off the table.
I feel like there's two things that kind of happen with this. I feel one is a lot of these games are trying to build worlds with lore and all this, mythos to them, and they don't spend enough time truly letting it be explored and putting it out there and developing actual interesting things to learn about and discover. And they're also not trusting the audience. They want to, I feel like there's a big, like, spoon-fed, and here's everything, and here's this information, and you don't get to discover things. You don't get to learn the story as it comes. You don't get to have character moments that feel natural. It just kind of, I feel like I'm just noticing it more and more with it. And I've seen a couple comments, maybe I am old, maybe I am jaded about certain things, but I feel like there's just, across all of media right now, whether it be movies or anything, it's just, everything is being spoon-fed. I feel like nothing lets you just take something in and you feel how you feel about it. It's like, this is the thing, and here's the explanation, and you hate this because this character is bad, and this is why they're bad, and instead of understanding something and learning and playing the game and getting in at the end. And I don't know. I'm feeling that too much for too many things. And, I like, I'm on my third time in the last couple of years playing the Mass Effect trilogy again. I feel like that's a game that lets me just figure it out.
It's still so good. If you haven't played it, guys, it's super cheap, and I'm telling you, there's nothing else quite like Mass Effect. Like it's pretty timeless. The first one might be a little rough, although it's way better than the original game. The 360 game barely held up, but it was still fun. But yeah, Mass Effect trilogy is awesome. Like a lot of stuff you said, that's like, I'm not trying to compare, but like Mass Effect has so much, like the Renegade, Paragon, a lot of the different things that you can do, the story, and the choices and the decisions, and the team members and the loyalty missions, things like that you'd expect, to be in the games. And Mass Effect has all that. They're awesome. Like the ending sequences for most of the games are really good. And yeah, you just don't get that feeling of engagement a lot of the newer games. I mean, I get it sometimes. Like for me, Metaphor Refantasia, that game.
Who the fuck was that? Austin. Damn.
was incredible. I'm still in a slump after playing that, you know, but it's very rare. Whereas it seemed like it was more.
That nigga J-Bo came on.
Flowing so atomic that the soul can't stop it. And you gotta make the topic, so you gotta get the topic. And I know how we rockin', and I know where we going, and I know what the cockpit got me showing. I'm looking at my pocket, and I'm not pocket watching, but you know that I'm looking at the clock like it's clocking. It's tick-tocking, and I know that it's rocking. I know that it's really time to clock in. Yes, I'm the clock in, you know how I'm rocking like I'm playing top spin, rocking like rockin'. You remember back then when we was about that action, the satisfaction. Yeah, keys on me, we was Twilight King, and I promise that we gon' be all in the dream. And we on the same team, and we making our team. I promise that we gon' do what we do, what we scheme, and we making green. Please believe that I'ma be the person that gets the message that you said that I'm gon' receive. I said we gon' be just right there, buzz right here in the air. Call me and the team, Twilight Team, Green Team. Yeah, we in the stack, and we switch your name. Promise that we never change, cause we always in the same. Hey, I remember back in the day when Charlie was back in the hay, way back in the day. Hey, now you know we packed in the way. And think about the time when we was back in the day. I'm backing up, while we stacking up. What? We backing up. A king Sean Lee, yeah, we the team, yeah, King and Lee, give me nice little.
Hello.
Are we cool?
Mm-hmm.
So we friends?
Well, yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright.
All right.
Way that we riding on the wave like ain't not worried about what nobody has to say, cause we gon' do it, man. On the way, yeah, the way that we on the way, sliding and gliding, just like the side. The way that we riding, posted and coasted, moving, and I gotta do it. This is my devotion, smooth like lotion. Keep it going and keep flowing. You know where we going. I'ma have to show them, and we in the thing, and this is all the truth. This is what we do. We getting hand while we in the booth, and we get loose. This is just like a baby too. Like I said before, it's time to explore and see more. Check out the number 4, cause it comes to superstition. If you get the superstition, then you really gotta listen. And I transition like my transmission, water whipping. I ain't never quitting. I promise that I'ma go and get it. And we giving a lot of positivity all across the community, giving grants and immunity from the scrutiny. Not worried what they try to do to me, but I'm worried about the old and the new me. Why? Cause I gotta fly. I said I'm one of them guys, we are them guys who's guide, and they wonder why. Cause you know we also fly, saw a team to me. We the Twilight Team, Green Team, and we in the set. Call me and the team, Twilight Team, Green Team. Yeah, we in the stack, and we switch your name. Promise that we never change, that we always in the thing. Hey, I remember back in the day when Sean and me was back in the day, way back in the day. And I know we tagging away and thinking about the time when we was back in the day. I'm backed up, while we stacking up. What? Backing up. King Sean me, yeah, we the team, yeah, King and me, give me nice little way, yeah, we riding on the wave like ain't not worried about what nobody has to say, cause we gon' do it, man. And we on the way, yeah, the way that we on the way, we sliding and gliding, just like Poseidon, the way that we riding.
Listen to me. I need niggas to listen to me. If you want to listen to me, bro, this track 5 could be a viral sound on TikTok, bro. Tell this nigga, bro. Y'all know any, matter of fact, y'all know the funny niggas, I'm trying to think of what TikTok. Bro, this could be a viral sound on TikTok. This motherfucking white girl, bro. I got 50 million ideas on the top of my head, bro. Go and get the white girl, let me know and tell me I'm not spitting, bro. This could be an extremely viral sound on TikTok, bro. tapped in. Look. From Artie scene went viral. But they called this nigga a fucking milkman and a fucking snowman. Because they talking about he got caught from a picture back in the day of him being with a white girl or something. And he went viral. It's this whole thing on the internet right now. This nigga Mark getting caught with a white girl. They got the y'all niggas seen the picture of this nigga laying in the grass or some shit for no reason. It's my shit right now, bro. Eddie with Mark in this fucking trap line and went so stupid, but I'm telling you, bro, listen to me, bro.
I seen the pictures yesterday. It was Mark and the white girl. I seen it on Twitter yesterday. There was like 3 different pictures. I think they was in a bed. They was maybe in a car outside or something. I think Mark was wearing like a blue shirt and she was wearing like a striped shirt, or maybe the other way around. I seen that yesterday. Look, it's too easy to put the pictures together and put Jody Track behind it. That's way too easy. I could do that for you.
It's been 30 seconds. Oh my god, it's been 30 seconds that all this nigga is doing is saying walking with a white girl with me, bro. I'm telling you, the mean potential of this fucking song is astronomical, bro. I'm telling you, bro. What the fuck is this song, bro? What, it's been 30 to 45 seconds and all of it is walking with a white girl with me. Oh my god, bro, please, bro. Please tell this nigga to put this shit on TikTok, bro.
day, holiday, what I seen, obviously, from the king. Dedication, watch me bring across the nation. I heard that song.
I read the message. I know what it says, but I'ma still think Jody blocked me. I think Jody blocked me on YouTube. Can you do that? I did comment on his first video. I think that nigga blocked me.
Dedication, watch me bring across the nation. I heard that song means some type of faith. I'm about to bring in all the salvation. Watch me while you can abuse my patience with determination. You know how to make it, that's why I won't fake and challenge plan. While you go hand and thoughts was to make me a better man than what I am. My authenticity back in the day when I was stacking the hay, my rap name was just the same. Ask me what do you think?
Brick City. Ronnie used to say brick time, just a clown, but you know where it really goes down when I go in this thing now. Man, I'm like, hey, we here. And we backed up, and you know we stacked up. Focus in the front, man, we know it's
I can see it now, bro. He need to just keep it simple. Keep it simple. He gotta walk with a white girl. He gotta walk with her at the lake, at the park, and like downtown by like the movie theaters or some shit. You know what I'm saying? You gotta catch the right angles. Just get that nigga just walking with a white girl in each scene. You know what I'm saying? Get that nigga walking with a white girl in each scene, and I'm telling you, bro, that might be a hit, low key.
Hey, first off, I'm listening to the Jay Sims. Why this nigga lying, bro? Why this nigga lying? First, hey, there's some cap in this nigga rap talking about him and Maul was the only niggas at 24/40. Nigga, I was down that bitch slaving, nigga. Fuck what you talking about, nigga? Nigga talking about they was the only niggas down at 20. Nigga, I was down that bitch slaving, my boy. I have for real PTSD about that place. Nigga, I tweaked out at a when I was checking out. Nigga, the sum total was 24.44. I said, hell nah. Shorty said, what's going on? I said, hell nah, I ain't paying that. Go ahead, throw some gum or something on that motherfucker, bro. I need that motherfucking number changed. I might fuck around and die as soon as I leave this motherfucker. Nigga got some cap in his rap.
And I ain't never giving up on us, just trust.
Just trust, nigga. I be floating, exposing, elbowing. Niggas say knowing it's the J-Bo, nigga, fo-foing. Nigga, I'm coming through in traffic. Nigga, shit gets drastic, tragic. Niggas don't understand logic. Niggas can't stop it. The flow that I spit, nigga, is crazy. The hot topic, nigga, the block is crazy when they see Jay and lazy. Nigga, floating, gloating. Nigga ain't understanding. I'm the man when I'm jamming. I'm flexing, coming correct. Niggas better respect the shit. The techniques is complete, cause nigga, I'm floating, floating.
Motivation, show it through creation. With exhilaration, show everyone around you how to be and how to be real patient. I'ma have to do it, man, watch me make it. I'm posted at the station for a demonstration. Watch as we do it and watch and embrace it. The reality of the situation is what you make it. Let's go face it. Ambidextrous, so I'm gonna go in the fitness. I'ma have to do it, just witness. If I get it and I lift it, I'ma have to do it every day. I'm gifted. If I'm lifted, I'm really getting higher. Call me sire, I'm really getting flyer. Call up girl that they learn to call up, and I'm calling that girl, man, you call her in the front, and we up. And we go and call that girl, man, call that girl, and go ahead and tell her, pick me up, what's up? And it's me and J-Bo, man, we do it every day, man, we like on the motorcycle, man, we riding on the bike, though, getting hyped, like so, till we come through, we gon' come through like it's kung fu, gonna come through with electricity on me like Pikachu. And let me remind you to stay mindful, everything that you've been through is not an issue, here go a tissue, I'ma dismiss you, after I get to the problem issue. But what is next? I'ma have to check. I'ma do it every day because I'm coming to wreck. I'm coming in and I'm taking a step. I'm doing every day just to get the perfection. Floating. Think about the highlights, yeah. I said it's all about the limelight. Think about the highlights, yeah. I said it's all about the limelight. How about the shine bright? Think about the highlights, yeah. I said think about the highlights. How about the shine bright? Think about the highlights, yeah. I said all about the limelight. How about the shine bright? Think about the highlights, yeah. And think about the spotlight, yeah. We in the limelight. Think about the highlights, yeah. Think about the spotlight. Think we in the limelight. Think about the shine bright, yeah. I said think about the limelight. Think we in the spotlight. Think about the shine bright, yeah. I said we think about the limelight. Think we in the spotlight, think we about to shine bright, yeah. That's what we think about the limelight, think we about to shine bright. Shining like the highlight, shining real bright, something like with the limelight. Continue to shine bright and stay on the grind. With this state of mind, you can find anything you want and you'll shine. In due time, I'm gonna recline with my recliner. I'ma have to do it, man, I find her. I'ma have to do it, I'ma come and go find ya. Yeah. I'm talking about the baddest of the baddest. One of the girls that's living so lavish that she is better than average. Not like a savage, but she is better than most. Whoa, I just know how it goes. I just really wanna have her have a toast. I just wanna do it, man. I just wanna kick it and live life on a mission. Let's get it, and don't you forget it. I promise that we win it. We gon' keep going and we gon' keep flowing, and I'm gon' keep going where I'm next to go. New York or Mexico, next to go. I don't know, whichever it might be. Likely to get hypey on the track like me, but I'm getting hypey like Spike Lee on TV like this beat. Think about the highlights, yeah. I said think about the time right. Think we're in the limelight. Think we about to shine bright, yeah. I said we think about the limelight. Think we in the spotlight. Think we about to shine bright, yeah. I said we think about the highlights. Think we in the limelight. Think we about to shine bright, yeah. I said think about the limelight. How we in the spotlight. Think about the limelight, yeah. I said think about the spotlight. Think we in the limelight. Think we about to shine bright, yeah. I said think about the highlights. Think we in the limelight. Think we in the spotlight, yeah. I said we think about the limelight. Think we in the spotlight. Think about the time right, yeah. I said we think about the limelight. Think about the time right. Think about the time right now. I'ma keep going and I'm never backing down. I know that I'm gonna do it right now. So I'ma have to do it like I'm playing that. Wow. Spectacular. I was like I'm doing it, I'm close to the natural. Never give up on the highlights to the highlights in the limelight. Wait till you shine bright. Wait till your time's right now. Never back down. Hey, you know what goes around will always come around. Hey, so you know that right now. Wow, but never give up on us. I trust enough to watch us pick it up. Yeah, I promise we gon' get it up. We gon' live it up, and we all up in the front. What? I said think about the highlights. Yeah. I said think about the time right. Think we in the limelight. Think we about to shine bright. Yeah. I said we think about the limelight. Think we in the spotlight. Think we about to shine bright. Yeah. I said we think about the highlights. Think we in the limelight. Think we about to shine bright. Yeah. I said think about the limelight. How we in the spotlight. Think about the limelight. Yeah. I said think about the spotlight. Think we in the limelight. Think we about to shine bright. Yeah. I said think about the highlights. Think we in the limelight. Think we in the spotlight. Yeah. I said we think about the limelight. Think we in the spotlight. Think about the time right. Yeah. I said we think about the limelight. Think about the time right. Think about the time right now. I'ma have to do it right now. I'ma have to do it like wow. Cause the perfect time is right now. Yeah, it's going up. I'ma have to do it, switch it up. I'ma do it every day, man. I'm lyrical. Fly with the fly, man. I'm fly with the fly, man. I'm fly like I'm doing it. I'm one of the individuals that's gonna do it with residuals. We gonna have to make it, embrace it, and we gonna take it to the next level. I was like, what's a boulder to a pebble? I'ma have to do it, man. I'm looking like a rebel, but I'm not that. I'm just a veteran, and I gotta cop that back. Man, I gotta step back, man. I gotta step back just to get to the front. What's up? And we all up in the cut, man. We never giving up, man. I promise that we all gonna be in the front, and we gonna be where we wanna be. I promise you see. Hey yo, it's real. I don't care what nobody say. This is how I honestly feel. I feel like I'm gonna be with a white woman until my end of days. So why not make a song like this? Walking with a white girl with me, with a white girl with me, walking with a white girl with me, with a white girl with me, walking with a white white girl with me, walking with a white girl with me, walking with a white girl with me, walking with a white girl with me. Ooh, you classy, you can always ask me any type of questions. You know what I love, yeah, I love when you dress up, so impress me. Come here, lovely, cause you looking lovely. Please, I just wanna see you. You know what I love, yeah, I love, yeah, I love. Eyes, and I reply because your eyes remind me of a bright big blue sky or a majestic, magnificent sunrise. I was like, I gotta do it, let's all rise. And I thank you for everything that you do, cause I promise you that if you do what you say you would do, then I would too. Yeah, I promise you. And I thank God for the person that I find. Yeah, I'ma let her pick my mind. But every time I do it, man, time to recline. And we gon' sit back as we all shine. Promise that I do it until I'm getting on it. And I told her that I'm gonna do it, that's a promise. I told her that I gotta do it, man, I'm honest. I told her if I'm doing it, I'm just like Sonic. Walking with a white girl with me, with a white girl with me, walking 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 with a white girl with me, white girl with me, walking with a 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 white girl with me. White girl with me, with a white girl with me, walking 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 with a white girl with me. Let's take charge and let's go walk down Hollywood Boulevard. I just want to come see you so I can hold and kiss you and let's have fun. I promise that I'm not a jealous person, but I know that you're worth it. I know you be working. I know that you're worth it, so I'ma be right there, man, right there in person. Forever, forever, for most clever. I do this every day cause you know I stay endeavored. I thank God for every person that I find, especially the woman that's been on my mind while I've been on the grind. But that's until you're mine. I know that you got things on your mind. Give me the time so we can find, so we can optimize you all the way to your prime. So we can be chilling on the beach. And we can do what you wanna do. You can come too, we can come through. What you wanna do? Please tell me, you and me, baby. Walking with a white girl with me, 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 with me, with a white girl with me, with a white girl with me, walking 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 with a white girl with me, 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 walking with a white girl with me, with a white girl with me, walking with a white girl with me, walking with a white girl with me, walking with a white girl with me, white girl with me, walking with a white girl with me, walking with a white girl with me. J Sims getting right back to it. And it's Jody Joe and it's pulling. J Sims getting right back to it. And it's Jody Joe and it's thing getting back to it. Focus on the future, that's what I've been doing. And I'm thinking, and I'm thinking J Sims for everything that he did from back then. Since we keep it on the low, we didn't know we was the only two people at 2444. People went home, J Sims stayed in the zone. He was all alone. I stayed to come and help. I was like, why you by yourself? I was like, you ain't gotta do it by yourself. Here we go, man. You know that I'm gonna help. J Sims been a legend since I met him. And he beat me in Smash Bros. Cause I let him. But we rockin' on nothing but the denim. But it's J Venom if you didn't know the name. We in this thing, man. You know we in this thing. Hey, and I promise not to change. I promise that we gon' stay in our lane while we do things. Mix up game strange, man, we in this thing. And I remember back in the day when my mom died and I survived. Jason was down to ride and he brought a pizza on the side. Back in the day when my mom died, I was like, dang, I ain't know what to do. But that dude, Jason came through. And that GA life was nice. I remember, man, that it came at a price. Came with a slice of the pie. Why? And you wonder why. The why we don't have to try to fly. We be up in the sky high. Pull up J Sims, getting right back to it. Johnny Dope and his thing, getting right back to it. J Sims and his thing, and we got influence back to back in his thing, so we gotta stick to it. J Sims real nice with the flow, one of the most cold, the most dope, for sure. If you didn't know, we was the only two people at 24-4-44. This how it go, always go for the goal and never say so. Only two people at 24-4-44. This how it go. Always go. People at 24-4-44. This how it go. We was the only two people at 24-4-44. Two people at 24-4-44. This how it go. 44. This how it go. People at 24-4-44. People at 24-4-44. No, we was the only two people at 24-4-44. This how it go. Always go for the goal and never say so. But I pull a J Sims, getting right back to it. Johnny Dope and his thing, getting right back to it. J Sims and his thing, and we got influence back to back in his thing, so we gotta stick to it. J Sims real nice with the flow, one of the most cold and most dope, for sure. Pull the J Sims and I'm getting right to it. Pull the Johnny Dope and his thing, getting back to it. I'm gonna influence, I'm gonna keep brewing. I'm learning all my lessons from these lessons. J Sims, Steffens, and my boy Mims. J Sims, that dude, yeah, him. He a freestyle legend, can't forget, man. That day we was sitting in the car, going hard on the mic, on the way to GA with your boy White. That was tight. People can't comprehend how we become so close as we became friends. I wish you the best with all your success. I hope you never meet stress. Nonetheless, do you remember that night where Jones was about to fight White, and Jones didn't even know that White was on a mission to go get him? But I was like, yeah, nah, I didn't let him. And he on that League of Legends, and know he a veteran. Better than he's ever been, man. I see that you doing your thing. J Sims did his thing, man. We in this thing. I do this every day, man. You know we on the way. I promise that we gonna do it, man. We paid away. We paid away for the day, for the day. Think about the by the days, man. They on the way. My mama used to say what he used to say. Hey, a good day is for the day. Pull the J Sims, getting right. back to it. Tony Dope and his thing, getting right back to it. Jay Sims and his thing, and we got influence back to back in his thing, so we gotta stick to it. Jay Sims real nice with the flow, one of the most cold, the most dope, for sure. But if you didn't know, we was the only two people at 24, 44. Always go for the goal and never say so. But hey, this is what I know. Jay Sims getting right back to it. Tony Dope and his thing, getting right back to it. Jay Sims and his thing, and we got influence back to back in his thing, so we gotta stick to it. Jay Sims real nice with the flow, one of the most cold, the most dope, for sure. And I ain't giving up on hope. I promise that we gon' do it like it's most dope. Hey, let's bring the hope. And one of the quotes that used to say the most that I thought was most dope was this: that's just what it is. Shout out to the GA squad for doing it like y'all do it. Man, we going hard like the Exodia Yu-Gi-Oh card. And moments that we live in, man, God that we got to live in. I thank God kept me a giving. Thank God kept me up, kept me going, kept me on winning. Thank God for Jason. Thank God for Jason. Man, we getting in, and we gon' keep going. Man, we make amends. Shout out to my nigga Stephens and Mims. Hey, Lewis, all y'all. Look, Malik Walker, all y'all. Man, we doing it. Water, we doing everything. It's Don Dada. It's a Don Dada. It's a Don Dada. We up in the zone, man, we at home on the throne.
California, yeah. Ain't ready for a J. My brother's the realest nigga that I fucking know today, nigga. Goddamn, thank you for having my back. Thank you for being there for me and speaking that real shit and real stories. And nigga, we gon' go down in history. Nigga, life is a mystery. Man, this shit is crazy. Nigga, we grew up here fucking lazy and we still here. You 33, I'm 45 and we all the way live. Nigga, I can't run and hide, I can't duck, I can't shuck and jive. No more. So much shit we got in store. We got to explore the world. Fuck these girls. Caroline, I'm coming. My sweet Caroline, I'm redefined. Nigga, I'm designed to take niggas out. I be looking at these niggas like, shut your mouth, y'all late, ready for this nigga from the south. Nigga, I be coming. All the time, nigga,
we know when the number one's coming. Number one coming, that's us running. We gonna do something. Promise that give up on nothing. Give up on who? Not on you. I'ma have to stay true just for me and you. You and me, man, we gonna do what we seen. I do what we do, man, we living our dreams. I told them that we on the same team, let's get them J-Bo. Ocean views, remind me what I've been through. Thinking of something like a scenic view. You with me and me with you. Let's stay true and watch the ocean view. We always come through for you and me with you. Please do what you do. Always come through, always follow through. Always in the ocean view. Remind me what I've been through. Thinking of something like a scenic view. You with me and me with you. Let's stay true and watch the ocean view. We always come through for you and me with you. Please do. So do what you do. Always come through, always follow through. Ocean view coming through when I come through. Man, I gotta diminish my sentence after I finish. I'm coming through like a menace. I'm coming through like this, but I'm just coming through like I'm coming through like I'm finished, but I'm not. Life's too good, I got the jot, the plot. I was like, I do it, man, I jot a lot. I do this every day, man, I'm rolling around the block. I'm rolling around a lot. I do this every day, man, you know I got a picture of the message. Life's too good, man, I'm thinking that it's epic. Never times that I said I regret it. If I use the credit over debit, I'ma have to use it. I said it, I was like, I use it like credit. I'ma have to use it like debit. Ocean views, remind me what I've been through. Thinking of something like a scenic view. You with me and me with you. Let's stay true and watch the ocean view. We always come through for you and me with you. So please do what you do. Always come through, always follow through. Always in the ocean view. Remind me what I've been through. Thinking of something like a scenic view. You with me and me with you. Let's stay true and watch the ocean view. We always come through for you and me with you. So do what you do. Always come through. Always follow through. Always in the ocean view. I'ma be down for a minute. I'ma be down for a minute. I'ma be down for a minute. Let's get it. Keep on going. Keep on living. Gotta keep going. Keep on giving. Never giving. Never giving. I'ma be down for a minute. I'ma be down for a minute. I'ma be down for a minute. Let's get it. Keep on going. Keep on living. Gotta keep going. Gotta keep giving. Never giving. Never giving. I'ma be down for a minute. I'ma be down for a minute. I'ma be down for a minute. Let's get get it, keep on going, keep on living. Sparkling, shining, just like a diamond. Reminded her of the time when I came through. Just for you, I only speak the truth. So make a promise to me. I promise that I'll make a promise just to you. And we always gonna do what we do. But because I'm superstitiously using my proficiency. But I'ma have to see what's in front of me. How I be on the beat. It's time to eat something sweet. And never give up, especially if you meet something called defeat. My mom gave me everything and she kept me out the street. So watch me as I do it, about to bring the heat. Ay, about to do it, man, we about to do it on repeat. And we do it every day, up every week. Down for a minute, I'ma be down for a minute. I'ma be down for a minute. Let's get it, keep on going, keep on living. Gotta keep going, gotta keep giving. Never give in, never give in. I'ma be down for a minute. I'ma be down for a minute. I'ma be down for a minute. Let's get it, keep on going, keep on living. Gotta keep going, gotta keep giving. Never give in, never give in. I'ma be down for a minute. I'ma be down for a minute. I'ma be down for a minute. Let's get it, keep on going, keep on living. I'm posted or coasting in a circular motion. This is what I do, this is my devotion. I do it every day, smooth just like lotion. Do it every day just like it was the ocean. I keep it every day, man, we gotta keep going. I'ma keep going, I gotta keep flowing. You know where we going, and we going to the top. And we do it every day, man, we do it non-stop. And now we on the block, and now it's getting hotter. I was like, I do it, man, it's a Don-Dada. The way that we coming through, man, for my brother, and for my mother, and every other. Talking about my nephews and my nieces. Told them if I do it, then they really gon' believe it. I told them this really gotta do it, this my thesis. Told them to remember that this my people. I'ma be down for a minute. I'ma be down for a minute. I'ma be down for a minute. Let's get it. Keep on going, keep on living. Gotta keep going, gotta keep giving. Never give in, never give in. I'ma be down for a minute. I'ma be down for a minute. I'ma be down for a minute. Let's get it. Keep on going, keep on living. Gotta keep going, gotta keep giving. Never give in, never give in. I'ma be down for a minute. I'ma be down for a minute. I'ma be down for a minute. Let's get it. Keep on going, keep on living. Definitely try and love yourself, but most importantly, love everybody else. Everybody gotta do it. Don't be so scared that you don't ask for help. I promise that you do it, man. Don't be the person that do it all by yourself. We're gonna be right there to give you that, and we're gonna be looking back, looking like we're looking at the map. While we spin facts, man, it's time to do what we gotta do, man. I always follow through, man. I'm gonna come through, man. They call me Johnny when they call me. I was like, I do it, man. I'm calling. You know when I'ma do it, man. I'm never gonna be stalling. We all here, man. We gonna do it, big boy ballin'. You gotta call it, do it like we spalding. Everybody all in. Did it like we called it, like we calling in formation. Man, you know what we did? Yeah, we did it for the nation. We gotta make it, yo. This nothing. I know that you front, and we up in the front, man. Gotta be a stunt, man. Gotta be doing it like we in the front, man. Gotta be up in it for a minute. Gotta get it, man. We get it for a minute, cause you know how we live it. You know how we get it. The reality of the situation is really what you make it. So watch it, embrace it, so take it and make it. So take it and make it and place it in a place with. Place it in a place that it'll make it. And I told you that we in the matrix. Take it and place it and then remake it. I promise that you gon' be one of my favorites. Feel it through the passion. I'm riding and gliding just like Aladdin on that fresh new satin. Just guess, yes, just imagine flying through the sky just like I'm the dragon. I told him if I do it, then I'm no longer sagging or bragging. I'm gonna do it and I made a song. You can all sing along. Yeah, I made a song, John the Phenomenon. My word is bond. This will be my theme song. I promise if I do it, then we're getting all on. I promise if I do it, then we staying all strong. I promise if I do it, then we all getting along. Count me in. The sentences that I use, man, they're always on the limited, so it never finishes, so we keep getting it. What I gotta say most is so for real. Chance after chance, and they might not change, so I'm gonna do it, man. I'm gonna rearrange my name. You know that we in this thing. Tell them if I do it, then you know I'm gonna do it. Tell them if I do it, then we all gonna influence. We gotta keep cooking, and it's just keep kicking. You gotta keep cooking in the kitchen, so listen. I thank God for every day that I'm breathing. I thank God for every day that I'm seeing. I thank God for all of the new seasons. I thank God for all of the new reasons. Focus on the same things. It's the same team, it's the dream team, and we so clean. Yeah, and we on the scene, and we doing things, and I promise that we gonna do it on the thing. Do you hear the raindrops? It ain't never gonna stop, and I'm rolling around the block, so what's up? Do you need me to come get you, or are you gonna be on your way to come get me? Let's go see the place that you wanna be. Promise that you and me will be sitting there, you and me.
dude grew the foot back. I did. Who else you know has 3 sons in the NBA, a verified Premier account, and the ability to grow the feet back? Nobody. I might swerve in that corner. Whoa, whoa.
frequent in the days, maybe because, you know, developers were trying more things and maybe more we're getting like a rehash of what we've gotten. But, you know, every now and then something pops up that I'm like, oh my God, that made me feel a certain way, you know? So, so yeah, as long as I get at least 1 or 2 of those per year, I'm okay. Which I usually get at least 1 or 2 of those per year, where I'm like, okay, yeah, that was really good. Which I guess kind of sucks, right? Because like a whole year, but you know, I'm not expecting too much when it comes down to it, because there's a lot of different types of games, you know.
And there's constantly great games coming out all the time. You know, it's not to say that there isn't. There always is. This year we'll have plenty of great games across all of genre, any type of genre. So I'm not mad at gaming as a whole. I'm just I guess just dissuade. I'm not disappointed. I can't even say I'm disappointed. There's things that just make me go, that's kind of, I'm not into it.
Oh, that's cool. I feel you. I mean, RGT put out a video today for those who, you know, the generation.
I watched that video, yeah, about how the PS5 and Xbox generation has been boring.
It's been boring.
It's been truly boring. It really has been boring, you know. The security guard at my local weed dispensary, he's a PlayStation gamer, right? And he's always asking me like, Gene, where the fuck is Wolverine? And I was like, well, I don't know, man. They announced it too soon, right? And he was like, I know. And I was like, but there's a lot of other games. He was like, I bought the PS5 for Marvel games, Spider-Man and Wolverine. There are people out there who love first party and are just tapped into that, you know. And there's nothing for them. If you're a Naughty Dog fan, you get 1 game for this generation. That's it.
That's what's lacking.
You don't get shit.
Yeah, you know, because I played like in the PS3 era. I get it; they can't make as many, but it just seems because of the Sony is just there's a hole because Sony tried the live service thing and it didn't work out, and they're backtracking. So we're not getting like maybe we probably should have had at least maybe like 3 or 4 more big first party games in this generation that we didn't have because they're canceling live service left and right. So I think that's kind of like, listen, man, Sony's first party games, they're Sony's first party games, like the PS3 era Uncharted games, we had Killzone games, we had all sorts, they had SOCOM, they weren't the best SOCOMs, but they had SOCOM, they had so much stuff coming out. They had multiple Little Big Planet games in the PS3 era, and like,
oh, I miss Little Big Planet.
And that's like all gone.
Those were so good.
And that filled a lot of gaps, and that like people got passionate about Sony's first party, you know, and PS4 era a little bit, they reduced, but you know, we had Infamous, we had some stuff, but it just seems like Sony's, you know, mistake with with the first party situation really caused this generation to be like a bit for them a bit more lackluster. And then of course Microsoft, I mean, they're rebounding now, but it almost feels like, I don't know, this is a bad analogy, but like the Yankees, because all they did was just go out and get like the best players, and then they just say, oh well, now it's on everybody, you know what I'm saying? Like, it almost felt like, okay, well, yeah, that's cool that you got all this first party, but it's just like a bunch of stuff that you buy, you know, and now it's going third party, so it's just like, I don't know, it doesn't feel like the same vibe as you'd get like before in the past, like when you got Blue Dragon, Lost Odyssey, you got, you know what I'm saying, like a lot of just cool different types of games that they would put out, and it'd be exclusive. So I don't know, man, maybe it's a vibe thing for me, but I hope, like I said, every now and then you'll get some good stuff, you know, like that.
What Jordan said earlier kind of struck me, because like what we're seeing in terms of like the boredom and like the kind of like the this inertia that we're seeing in quality in video games is across entertainment, like film. Like look at the fucking new Captain America movie, you know, like it's done worse than their worst one, you know. All of these entertainment products are now being produced by data. It's so much things are driven by data. Like, oh, people like morally gray characters who are hot, so you're just gonna see more of that shit now. You know, you're just gonna see hot characters who are morally gray because the Twitter trends say there's a million tweets about blah blah blah, and like they love this character, so we're just gonna fucking remake this character in another form. There's so many unoriginal stories because people are following trends and data versus people following their heart, I guess, you know, like creating something because they thought of something and they believed in it, and then they wanted to create something beautiful, as opposed to, oh, people will love this shit, and other people that they loved this shit before, so it's definitely going to do this shit again, you know. That's exactly what happened with the live service trend, right? Like that's the biggest worst example of trend hopping.
but then also at like very micro levels in terms of like, oh, this character loves talking about sex because you know, everyone on Twitter is always talking about how horny Baldur's Gate is. Ha ha ha! They fucking love fucking the bear, right? So we should have more of that shit in there, you know, versus I don't know, making a character that makes sense in the story.
No, I'm gonna say something, and I want to be very clear with what I'm saying here. We are right now in an age where there is no artistry, right?
Yep.
But that's not to say that there isn't art, right? That's two different things. There's great products. There's things with passion and soul put into every genre, every medium that you can pick point and go, but this was great, and this artist had passion with this, and that's great. There is still that, and there's always going to be that. But for what's publicized, what's out there, what is put in your face is the most mainstream things. Is everything is data driven. It's what could be sold to you and what you already know and like. So here's more of what you know and like. It's comfort food. Oh, we know you like insert food here, so here's more of that. Here, try it over here. This one has this sauce to try it with, but it's essentially the same thing. You're not going to get something new in the mainstream sense in a while. You know, I do think there's great art out there. You're going to find it.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean it's not happening because there's so many good examples. But right now, the era of artistry is non-existent.
What you said about food got me thinking about Taco Bell. Do you know that Taco Bell now has like annual E3 style presentations for their food?
What? Like, do they have like a stage presence and everything?
It's a whole like 5-hour presentation. It's longer than the fucking Game Awards.
What's it called? I gotta figure out. I gotta find
just look it up. But they announced new products on the stage, and like all the Taco Bell employees are crammed into the stadium, and they're like, well, today we're gonna announce the Cheez-It Chalupa, you know, and then it's just a chalupa with a cheese, like a big ass fucking cheese in it, and then you hear the crowd go, oh my god, this is a brand new product that's gonna revolutionize the menu, blah blah blah, you know. But yeah, Taco Bell has its own E3, so that's what Taco Bell caught on that video games are like food, and they're like, well, if food are like video games and video games are like food, why can't we just do the same thing video games do and just promote it like a video game? Like it's an exciting artful product, you know.
T3 Expo.
Yeah, T3 Expo. Go check out the Taco Bell E3. Go check out the Taco Bell con. It's fun stuff.
And look at what like a place like Taco Bell does, right? They'll introduce, you know, they'll do new stuff here and there all the time, but they'll have something that's a hit and then say, all right, it's going away forever. And then like a year later, all right, the fries are back, right?
The nacho fries. Yes, exactly.
Now we're doing this. I mean, what happened? Look at the McRib. That's the biggest example, guys. The McRib is never happening at McDonald's again. We're done with it. Sorry. 2 years go by. You know what? Here's the McRib, guys. Come on. You know, we're going to sell it right back to you. And now it's even more expensive. And now you really want it. You haven't had it in 2 years. Like, it's anything. Like, again,
here's Fortnite Season 1 map again, you know?
Yeah. And, you know, it's just a lot. It's anything you look at. And it's not even just entertainment. It's in your fast food.
I will, you guys mentioned live service stuff. One of the last topics we had was about Jim Ryan and Shuhei Yoshida. Most because Shuhei did a follow-up interview, which is really well done by Last Stand Media, where Colin got to sit down with Shuhei for about 2 hours, and he basically did a lot. He did have original questions, but he certainly followed up with some of the stuff that Shuhei said, because when that got printed and put on headlines and stuff, it sounded kind of crazy, some of the stuff with Jim Ryan. It was
pretty messy.
There's no good way to read it. It was like I had no choice. It was either this or leave. So it was either do indie stuff for PlayStation or I'm out. And this is in 2019 when Jim Ryan took over.
I told you that dude eats mayonnaise by like the bucket load. Y'all thought I was joking, making that dude dead ass eat mayonnaise before work and like at work. Look at what he's doing.
Well, he did have the follow up with Colin, and he still basically said that they created the position for him to work with indies, but they created the position almost out of necessity. It sounded like, one, they wanted to strengthen their position with indies, but two, they kind of needed a place for Shuhei because Jim Ryan wanted to make his own team, and it sounded like he wanted them to get younger. So here comes Herman Holst, and I'm sure other people that aren't necessarily in headlines or we know very well right now.
That Concord was the next great thing. That guy.
I will say Shuhei did say that he signed off on the prototype, but that seems to be the last thing he did with it. Hard to say if he would have been like, oh, this is it, put all the money we can into this thing. It's going to be incredible. Because he also was someone who, well, to be fair, he didn't like God of War 2018 apparently, and that was actually very good. So it's hard to say how Concord may have gone after the fact if Shuhei was there keeping an eye on it as opposed to Herman Holst, but nonetheless, he did give it the initial sign off for the prototyping to continue.
All right, well then screw. No, I'm joking.
But it still does sound crazy though in the headlines when he's like, I had no choice. It was either this or leave, and that still doesn't sound great for Shuhei with Jim Ryan. People still, Jim Ryan is on a beach somewhere, unaware of any of this happening, and people are still talking about.
Oh,
this
he's
guy.
offline.